The chapter we've all been waiting for has finally arrived, allowing us to witness Itoshi Rin's play come into full fruition. Ishido Ryuze is also free from his shackles, so you really have to ask, what can BM even do here? What's going on, everybody? My name is Enamasu, and today we're going to be overviewing Blue Lock chapter 275, titled Krishut. If you enjoy staying up to date with Blue Lock and also agree that Itoshi Rin needs therapy, make sure to click that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and also feel free to join my community Discord to interact directly. Without further ado, let me show you what playing for the badge truly means. Today's chapter splashes us right back into the action with no intro text at all, as Yohiyori turns his head in complete shock. With Charles Chevalier shown smiling maniacally too, Hiyori seems to be blown away by the incredible Rabona cross he just put into the box. To make things worse, we then see Zantetsu putting his body on the line to hold Kunigami back, delaying his reaction to Charles' cross and Shido's run. Of course, this causes our fallen hero to take on a distraught look too, because now, the demon has been freed from his shackles. Shido Ryuze is then seen running completely unmarked into the goal box, with Itoshi Rin just to his right as the cross continues on. Shido seems to even imitate Itoshi Rin's bad habit of letting his tongue hang out while he plays, resulting in both of PXG's lead strikers looking batshit crazy at one another. Ness, Kaiser, and Isagi seem to be the closest Bastion Munich players to get in the way, as Kunigami seems to be hella staggered by the GOAT Zantetsu. I don't know if y'all have read episode Nagi yet. I know I've been promising to cover it for ages, I'm working on it. But anyways, Zantetsu's aura is literally a 50 caliber bullet. How can you not like this dumbass speedster? Anyways, back to the main story though, Itoshi Rin seems to be monologuing about the trajectory of Charles' cross and his best shooting point. At his current rate of waiting for the ball, Shido will end up catching up and interfering with his shot. He opts to instead change his shooting point to the front right of the cross earlier in, not allowing Shido any space to interfere. As we then see his foot slam into the ground while confirming this route change, Itoshi Rin takes off right onto his diagonal run, leaving Shido initially shocked by this. He then reverts back to Shido light by taunting Rin, asking if he's running away from the shot after all of his build-up. We obviously know though that Rin is not bitch made, so with him continuing to monologue, he denies Shido's accusation, saying that he's actually making his shot even harder here. Looking up into the air as the cross continues, Rin has decided to shoot from a high point that even Shido can't reach now, which is one thing I predicted. It's not a direct devouring of Shido's technique or skill, but at least he purposely is going for a shot that kinda mocks the demon in a way. With Rin's exact shot course and plan then being shown, Gagamaru looks terrified, and to be fair, who wouldn't as goalkeeper? Rin is already a disgusting striker and has beautiful shots, but now he's cranking it up to 11 and going for a bounce shot into the top left net, like what the hell? He continues to sprint with the ball just above his head, assuring us that he will burn through his life here and evolve even further on this pitch. Still too lukewarm. With another apparition of Itoshi Sai appearing at his front, Rin's potential is still being limited by his new-gen brother. He can't seem to find anyone to take the place of Sai, making this poor kid even more rampant than before mentally and on the pitch. Even he is shown to be frustrated and saddened by this fact, because with this aerial shot, Rin can still not surpass Itoshi Sai's illusion. That's your limit, Rin. You just can't be the world's best. With his brother's words echoing in his mind and even his apparition moving like in the U20 game and that snowy night, Itoshi Rin is plunged into complete despair here. If he doesn't overcome this image of Itoshi Sai here and now, then Rin will never grow or evolve any further, which even he admits. You're just a trashy little brother living in my shadows. Get lost, Rin. I don't need you in my life anymore. Sai continues to harass Rin as he thinks about how contradictory his current ego is. He wants to be the villain aiming to destroy the hero. However, his ideal player to surpass serves as both the motivator and the limiter for himself, causing a very unstable dynamic to grow and stay consistent. Rin even directly says, just my murderous intent towards him is enough to stop me from coming up with ideas to overcome him. With his eyes lighting up, however, as if he's young again, Itoshi Rin pleads for someone to give him a new impulse and desire to kill. Just as he says this, almost on command, Isagi just so happens to be sprinting directly to his front, bursting through Itoshi Sai's apparition. If you actually look in the bottom right of this panel, it's drawn almost as if Isagi knew Sai's apparition is there and intentionally swiped his hand through it, almost answering Rin's pleas for help. Page 10 only furthers my thoughts on this, because Isagi is shown with a softening expression, showing Rin that he will stake his life on this duel. The two have always had a very interesting dynamic to me, but now things have reached an entirely new height. Isagi wants all that action from Itoshi Rin at his max potential, so putting his life on the line, he will replace Itoshi Sai as the targeted hero. Isagi then finally begins to sprint at Rin, initiating this play, straight up calling his rival a freak who he won't allow to shoot. Even Rin stutters for a second, thinking that his shot course is blocked, but then, the urge to attack wells up inside me. With Rin re-entering his Berserker form thanks to Isagi's challenge, we then once again see flashes of the monsters throwing his life on the line to defeat the hero. It's even peddled to Rin and the monster are synonymous in positioning and ideologically, which I found to be a super cool detail from Nomura-san. With Isagi continuing his charge forward, Itoshi Rin wants nothing more than to destroy this hero and die alongside him. At this moment, Rin can only imagine destruction and death with everything else coming second. Victory is absolute, even at the cost of it all. Itoshi Rin then leaps into the air and begins his kick, as all he wants to do in this current moment is let out his impulses, his desire to kill. As the explosion is even shown from the monster self-destructing the hero, Rin says that all he wants to do is let his true self out now. Is that you, Dexter? Was Itoshi Rin the Bay Harbor Butcher all along? No matter though, because Rin then rips off his shot, completely wrapping the ball around Isagi. He even straight up says that Isagi was the key to his awakening here, and says after all, it was because of him. This dialogue means that even in the U20 game and going into the NEL, Rin knew his main motivator, however was still held back developmentally. As page 15 then zooms out to give us a wider view of it all, Itoshi Rin's shot wraps around everyone towards the net, even surprising Raichi, who leaped up in the air to try to stop it. Isagi and Rin are also colliding mid-air due to their extreme challenges, giving us the chapter name of Crash-Out. Apparently it's not Crash Out, and that actually is a term referring to a contested shot, so that's my bad. I truly thought it was a mistranslation last week. Anyways, even Gagamaru looks terrified while positioning himself, because this is a perfectly placed top right corner shot beyond an entire crowd of people. With the shot finally approaching the net, Gagamaru is left unable to even flinch, as the shot splashes onto its target, equalizing the game at 2-2. Itoshi Rin's shot was reminiscent of a mid-air free kick, combined with the motions of a scissor kick, and it left both he and Isagi crashing into the floor. Going face first into the pitch, Itoshi Rin seems to have bitten his tongue and or broken his nose from this intense golden goal. What is this? I'm blown away because it feels good. With Isagi just staring in horror, Itoshi Rin begins to wipe away the blood with a hyped expression, seemingly unfazed by the physical damage on himself. He did exactly what he wanted by putting his soul and body on the line, and sadly for Isagi, he was the catalyst of it all. Blue Lock's true rivalry is finally back, and with our genius of adaptability, football tackling the rampant Berserker. A lot of people in the community are tweaking, saying that Isagi deserves a card for this, but not only did Rin already score the goal, they both intentionally went for this duel, and I just don't even know what to say about this. The defender simply put his body in the way and ignored the ball, while our attacker leaped into the air for an insane head-level kick. Although I agree Isagi should have handled the defending better, he gave Rin exactly what he asked for, putting both of their entire bodies on the line. It's now time for Isagi Yoichi to awaken once more and showcase his dormant true ego, as both Michael Kaiser and Itoshi Rin did this game. But that sadly being the end of today's chapter, it seems like we didn't actually get any outro text this week, just like the intro. It's more than likely there is some in officials, however Blue Lock scans are going through a rough patch right now, so I apologize. Make sure to let me know your theories for what comes next in this match, as only one goal remains. Will Basher Munich go flawless in the NEL, and if so, who will score the winning goal? Is there any chance in hell that PXG manages to win this game? And more importantly, will Julian Loki sub in alongside Noel Noah? I just have so many questions, and I'm really excited to wrap this match up and get into the next arc. As that will end off today's video, I just want to thank you all so much for sticking around to this point in. If you enjoy staying up to date with Blue Lock and or my content, please support the channel by clicking that subscribe button, commenting below your thoughts, and also feel free to join my community Discord so you can interact with me directly. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in another video real soon, I promise.